Hello friends. What happens when the visionary rebel of the zodiac meets the elegant diplomat of the stars? When an Aquarius man, ruled by innovation and freedom, crosses paths with a Libra woman, governed by harmony and love, something quietly magnetic begins to unfold. This is not a loud, explosive love story that burns out quickly. Instead, it's a slow, intelligent, and deeply intriguing connection, one built on curiosity, mutual respect, and the feeling that the other person somehow gets you without trying too hard. From the outside, this pairing often looks effortless. Conversations flow, laughter comes easily, and there's an unmistakable sense of balance between independence and togetherness. But what really lies beneath this air sign connection? Let's explore how Aquarius man and Libra woman compatibility plays out in love, from the first spark to long-term potential. After watching, if you'd like to support the channel, click the Thanks button right under this video or use the donation alerts link in the description. Your support really helps me keep creating. And of course, if you enjoy the content, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks so much for being here. Now let's continue. Chemistry. Initial attraction. The attraction between an Aquarius man and a Libra woman almost always begins in the realm of thought rather than emotion, and this intellectual spark becomes the cornerstone of everything that follows. Their first meaningful interaction is rarely dramatic or overtly romantic. Instead, it unfolds quietly through conversation, observation, and shared curiosity. A simple exchange of ideas can stretch into hours without either of them noticing the passage of time. They may begin by discussing something ordinary, only to drift effortlessly into philosophy, social issues, creativity, or future possibilities. This mental resonance creates a sense of familiarity that feels both surprising and deeply comfortable. For the Libra woman, the Aquarius man represents something refreshingly different from what she is accustomed to. His originality stands out immediately. He doesn't rely on charm in the traditional sense, nor does he attempt to dominate the conversation or impress through exaggerated confidence. Instead, his appeal lies in authenticity. He speaks honestly, thinks independently, and refuses to conform simply to gain approval. This natural self-possession intrigues Libra, who is highly attuned to authenticity and balance. She senses that his mind operates on a different wavelength, and that difference feels exciting rather than intimidating. His slightly detached demeanor only adds to the intrigue. There is a calmness about him, a sense that he is observing the world from a broader perspective. To Libra, this detachment doesn't feel cold, it feels composed. She experiences him as someone who is emotionally steady, mentally expansive, and unbothered by trivial concerns. In a world that often feels rushed, loud, and overly emotional, the Aquarius man feels like a breath of fresh air. His presence alone can make her feel more centered. From the Aquarius man's point of view, the Libra woman captivates him in a way that is both subtle and powerful. He notices her grace almost immediately, not just in physical movement, but in how she navigates conversations and social spaces. She has an innate ability to make others feel comfortable and valued, and this social intelligence deeply impresses him. Where he may sometimes feel disconnected from social norms, she seems to move through them effortlessly, without losing her individuality. He is particularly drawn to the way she listens. The Libra woman doesn't merely wait for her turn to speak. She absorbs what is being said, responds thoughtfully, and reflects ideas back with clarity and empathy. This makes the Aquarius man feel genuinely heard, which is rare for him. Many people misunderstand his abstract thinking or dismiss his unconventional ideas, but Libra engages with them sincerely. Her curiosity feels validating, and that validation creates an immediate sense of trust. Her balance of beauty, intelligence, and emotional awareness fascinates him. She embodies harmony in a way that feels almost magnetic. She doesn't overwhelm him emotionally, yet she brings warmth into his intellectual world. Where his thoughts can sometimes feel detached or overly theoretical, her presence grounds them in human connection. She softens his edges without trying to change him, and that subtle influence draws him closer. The chemistry between them is rarely intense in an explosive sense, but it is consistently engaging. It feels light, playful and mentally stimulating. Their interactions are often filled with humor, clever remarks, and shared laughter. There is an ease to their exchanges, as if they are both discovering something new while remaining entirely themselves. Neither feels the need to perform or exaggerate their personality to maintain interest. One of the most defining aspects of their initial attraction is the absence of pressure. Neither the Aquarius man nor the Libra woman is inclined to rush emotional intimacy. Both value personal space and autonomy, and this mutual understanding allows the connection to develop organically. There is no sense of urgency, no demand for immediate emotional declarations. Instead, the relationship unfolds naturally, guided by curiosity rather than expectation. This slow, thoughtful beginning creates a unique kind of anticipation. Each interaction leaves them wanting more, not because of emotional dependency, but because of genuine interest. They look forward to the next conversation, the next shared moment, the next idea to explore together. The attraction grows steadily, fueled by mental compatibility and mutual respect. Another important element of their chemistry is mutual admiration. Libra admires Aquarius for his originality and independence, while Aquarius admires Libra for her elegance and emotional intelligence. This admiration is not superficial, it is rooted in who they are at their core. Each sees qualities in the other that they value deeply but do not necessarily possess themselves, creating a complementary dynamic from the very beginning. Their initial attraction also carries a sense of equality. Neither feels superior or inferior to the other. Conversations feel balanced, with both contributing ideas and perspectives. This equality is essential for both signs, particularly Libra, who seeks fairness, and Aquarius, who resists hierarchy. From the start, the relationship feels like a meeting of minds rather than a power dynamic. Even silence between them can feel comfortable. They don't always need to fill every moment with conversation. Simply being in each other's presence can feel stimulating and calming at the same time. This quiet chemistry is often overlooked but plays a crucial role in deepening their connection. Over time, this initial intellectual attraction subtly transitions into emotional curiosity. They begin to wonder not just how the other thinks, but how they feel, what they value, and what kind of future they imagine for themselves. This shift happens naturally, without force, reinforcing the sense that this connection is unfolding exactly as it should. In essence, the chemistry and initial attraction between an Aquarius man and a Libra woman are built on mental harmony, mutual fascination, and an effortless flow of energy. It is not loud or overwhelming, but it is persistent, intriguing, and deeply engaging. What begins as a simple conversation often becomes the foundation for something far more meaningful, setting the stage for a relationship that grows through understanding rather than intensity. Emotional dynamics. Emotionally, the connection between an Aquarius man and a Libra woman is subtle, layered, and often misunderstood by outsiders. At first glance, this pairing may appear emotionally restrained, even distant, because neither partner is prone to dramatic displays of feeling or intense emotional outbursts. Yet beneath this calm surface exists a nuanced emotional world built on respect, awareness, and quiet depth. Their emotional bond is not loud or chaotic. Instead, it develops gradually, shaped by understanding rather than impulse. The absence of emotional extremes creates a steady atmosphere where both partners feel safe to exist as themselves without fear of judgment or emotional overwhelm. The Libra woman approaches emotions as something that should flow smoothly and harmoniously. For her, emotional balance is essential. She is deeply attuned to shifts in tone, mood, and unspoken feelings, and she instinctively seeks to restore equilibrium whenever she senses emotional discord. In love, she desires reassurance, not constant validation, but a steady confirmation that the emotional bond is mutual and valued. She wants to know that her presence matters, that her efforts are seen, and that her emotional investment is returned with sincerity. Her way of expressing love is refined yet heartfelt. She communicates affection through thoughtful conversations, gentle encouragement, and a consistent emotional presence. She remembers small details, checks in emotionally, and creates space for dialogue. When she loves, she does so with intention. Her emotional investment is not impulsive, it is conscious and deeply rooted in care. She wants her partner to feel emotionally supported, heard, and respected, and she naturally extends this emotional attentiveness to the Aquarius man. The Aquarius man, in contrast, experiences emotions in a more internalized and cerebral way. His feelings are deep, but they move through layers of thought before reaching expression. He often needs time to understand what he feels before he can articulate it, and even then, he may struggle to translate emotion into words. This doesn't mean he lacks emotional capacity. Rather, his emotional language is different. He expresses care through consistency, loyalty, and mental engagement rather than overt emotional declarations. This difference in emotional expression can initially create confusion for the Libra woman. She may sense his feelings but struggle to interpret his emotional signals. At times, she may wonder whether his calmness is emotional distance or simply his natural way of being. When he retreats into his thoughts, she may question whether something is wrong, even when it isn't. Her need for clarity can clash with his need for internal processing. For the Aquarius man, Libra's emotional openness can feel both comforting and challenging. He appreciates her warmth and emotional intelligence, yet he may feel unsure how to respond when she seeks verbal reassurance or emotional discussion. If he feels pressured to express emotions before he is ready, he may withdraw further, not out of disinterest, but out of self-protection. Emotional pacing is crucial for him, and when that pace is respected, he becomes far more willing to open up. Patience becomes the emotional bridge between them. When the Libra woman begins to understand that Aquarius expresses love through reliability, presence, and intellectual connection, her sense of security deepens. She learns that his steady presence is his version of reassurance. A consistent pattern of showing up, engaging in meaningful conversations, and including her in his inner world becomes proof of his emotional commitment. Likewise, when the Aquarius man realizes that Libra's emotional openness is not an attempt to control or overwhelm him, but rather an invitation to connect, his resistance softens. He begins to see that her desire for emotional dialogue is rooted in love and partnership, not emotional dependency. This realization allows him to gradually share more of his inner emotional landscape, even if he does so cautiously and in his own time. Over time, their emotional dynamic becomes increasingly synchronized. Libra learns to read the subtleties of Aquarius's emotional signals, while Aquarius becomes more comfortable expressing reassurance in ways that resonate with Libra. They meet each other in the middle. She tempers her need for immediate emotional clarity, and he stretches his comfort zone to offer more emotional transparency. What makes this emotional bond particularly strong is its foundation of mutual respect. Neither partner tries to force the other to change their emotional nature. Instead, they adapt, adjust, and grow together. Emotional intimacy becomes something they build slowly, through trust and shared experience, rather than something they demand from one another. As the relationship matures, the emotional depth between them often surprises both partners. What once felt reserved becomes profoundly intimate. Their emotional connection may never be dramatic, but it becomes reliable, intelligent, and deeply meaningful. They develop an emotional rhythm that feels natural and sustainable, one that supports long-term stability rather than emotional burnout. The emotional dynamics between an Aquarius man and a Libra woman are defined by balance, patience, and quiet devotion. Their love is not measured by intensity, but by consistency. It is a bond that grows stronger with time, built on understanding rather than urgency, and enriched by the willingness to honor each other's emotional truth. Long-term compatibility. In the long run, compatibility between an Aquarius man and a Libra woman has the potential to become exceptionally strong, stable, and enduring, especially because it is rooted in shared principles rather than fleeting emotions. Both partners place a high value on personal growth, fairness, and the freedom to evolve as individuals. This mutual respect for autonomy prevents the relationship from becoming stagnant or suffocating over time. Instead of clinging to one another out of fear or dependency, they remain together by choice, curiosity, and a genuine appreciation for who the other person continues to become. The Aquarius man flourishes in relationships where trust is freely given and independence is not questioned. He needs to feel that his individuality is respected and that he is not being monitored, constrained, or subtly controlled. For him, freedom is not a threat to commitment, it is a prerequisite for it. The Libra woman intuitively understands this dynamic. Unlike more possessive or emotionally demanding partners, she does not equate love with limitation. She recognizes that allowing space strengthens the bond rather than weakens it. Rather than trying to change or contain the Aquarius man, Libra supports his individuality. She encourages his ideas, listens to his evolving perspectives, and accepts that his path may not always follow traditional expectations. At the same time, she maintains her own identity, interests, and social world. This balance is crucial. The relationship never becomes one-sided, and neither partner loses themselves in the process of being together. Each feels free to grow, knowing the other is not threatened by change. For the Libra woman, long-term happiness is deeply connected to partnership and shared experiences. She thrives in relationships where life feels collaborative rather than parallel. She enjoys building routines, traditions, and memories together. This may take the form of traveling to new places, hosting friends and family, engaging in cultural or social events, or working toward mutual goals. These shared experiences help her feel emotionally fulfilled and connected. The Aquarius man may not naturally gravitate toward conventional relationship milestones or rigid definitions of partnership. He often prefers to define commitment in his own terms, guided by authenticity rather than tradition. However, this does not mean he lacks dedication. On the contrary, when he chooses to stay, it is a deeply intentional decision. He comes to deeply appreciate Libra's ability to create harmony, beauty, and structure within their shared life. Her influence brings a sense of elegance and cohesion to his more abstract and unconventional approach to living. Over time, the Libra woman learns to appreciate Aquarius's unique way of showing commitment. While he may not always express love through traditional gestures or predictable routines, he demonstrates loyalty through presence, honesty, and consistency. He remains mentally engaged, supportive of her aspirations, and invested in the long-term vision of the relationship, even if that vision evolves over time. As years pass, this couple often develops a bond that resembles a deep friendship as much as a romantic partnership. They genuinely enjoy each other's company. Conversations remain stimulating, laughter remains present, and mutual curiosity never fully fades. They admire one another not only for who they are as partners, but for who they are as individuals. This admiration becomes a powerful glue, holding the relationship together even during periods of change or uncertainty. Their shared ideals play a significant role in sustaining long-term compatibility. Both tend to care about fairness, social awareness, and creating a life that aligns with their values. Whether they are discussing personal goals, societal issues, or future plans, they often find themselves aligned in principle, even if their methods differ. This alignment creates a sense of being on the same team, facing life together rather than in opposition. Importantly, their relationship allows room for evolution. Neither expects the other to remain static. As the Aquarius man continues to explore new ideas and directions, Libra adapts with grace, offering balance rather than resistance. As Libra's needs and aspirations shift, Aquarius responds with openness rather than dismissal. This flexibility ensures that the relationship does not become outdated or disconnected from who they are becoming. In the long term, Aquarius man and Libra woman compatibility is defined by mutual respect, shared vision, and enduring friendship. Their love is not maintained through intensity or obligation, but through admiration, freedom, and a genuine desire to walk through life together. When nurtured with patience and understanding, this partnership has the strength to last, growing richer and more meaningful with time rather than fading away. Communication conflict resolution. Communication stands as one of the greatest strengths in the relationship between an Aquarius man and a Libra woman, largely because both are air signs and naturally orient their experiences around thought, dialogue, and exchange of ideas. For them, communication is not merely a practical necessity but a primary way of connecting, understanding, and maintaining balance within the relationship. Words matter deeply to both partners, not just in what is said, but in how it is expressed, received, and interpreted. Their conversations tend to be layered, reflective, and intellectually engaging, even when the subject matter turns serious. The Libra woman approaches communication with a strong sense of diplomacy and emotional intelligence. When conflict arises, her instinct is not to attack or withdraw, but to seek clarity and fairness. She wants to understand what went wrong, why it happened, and how both sides feel about it. Her goal is not to win an argument, but to restore harmony. She is naturally inclined to consider multiple perspectives, including her partner's, and she often plays the role of mediator even when she herself is emotionally involved. In disagreements, the Libra woman strives to keep the tone calm and respectful. She carefully chooses her words, aiming to express her feelings without escalating tension. She values mutual understanding and wants both partners to feel heard by the end of the discussion. This makes her especially sensitive to imbalance. If she feels her perspective is being dismissed or ignored, she may become unsettled, not because she needs control, but because fairness is central to her emotional well-being. The Aquarius man, on the other hand, approaches communication from a more analytical and logic-driven standpoint. During conflict, he instinctively prioritizes understanding the situation intellectually before engaging emotionally. His first response is often to step back and think, sorting through his thoughts internally before articulating them. This internal processing is essential for him, as he wants to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. However, this tendency to detach temporarily can sometimes be misinterpreted by the Libra woman. From her perspective, silence or emotional distance may feel like avoidance or disengagement. She may worry that the issue is being ignored rather than addressed. For Aquarius, though, this pause is not a sign of disinterest or emotional withdrawal. It is a necessary step toward clarity. He needs space to analyze the situation so that when he does speak, his words are measured and sincere. Despite these differences, the Aquarius man is rarely confrontational. He dislikes emotional chaos and raised voices just as much as Libra does. He prefers calm, rational discussions where ideas can be exchanged without pressure. When he feels safe to express his thoughts without being rushed, he becomes surprisingly articulate and insightful, often offering perspectives that help reframe the conflict in a more constructive way. The true key to effective conflict resolution between these two lies in timing and transparency. When the Libra woman allows the Aquarius man the space he needs to process his thoughts, she gives him the opportunity to return to the conversation with clarity and openness. In turn, when the Aquarius man reassures Libra that his temporary distance is not a sign of emotional withdrawal, but a step toward resolution, her anxiety eases. This mutual understanding transforms potential misunderstandings into opportunities for growth. Transparency plays an equally important role. Libra values open dialogue and emotional honesty, while Aquarius values intellectual integrity. When both partners commit to expressing their thoughts clearly and honestly, without passive aggression or emotional games, conflicts lose their intensity. Issues are addressed directly, thoughtfully, and with a shared goal of resolution rather than blame. Both partners have a strong aversion to unnecessary drama. They do not enjoy prolonged arguments, emotional manipulation, or repetitive conflict. As a result, disagreements between them are usually concise and purposeful. They address the core issue, explore possible solutions, and move forward rather than dwelling on resentment. This efficiency prevents conflicts from lingering and damaging the emotional foundation of the relationship. After an argument, thoughtful conversation often follows. They reflect on what was said, what was learned, and how similar situations can be handled better in the future. These post-conflict discussions strengthen their bond, as both feel that the relationship is evolving rather than deteriorating through disagreement. Over time, their communication style becomes increasingly refined. Libra learns to give Aquarius space without assuming the worst, and Aquarius learns to communicate reassurance more explicitly. Together, they develop a shared language of understanding that allows them to navigate conflict with maturity and respect. Ultimately, communication and conflict resolution in this pairing are defined by intelligence, patience, and mutual consideration. Their ability to talk things through calmly and constructively allows the relationship to remain balanced and resilient. Rather than tearing them apart, conflict becomes a tool for deeper understanding, reinforcing the sense that they are partners working together rather than opponents standing apart. Physical intimate connection. The physical and intimate connection between an Aquarius man and a Libra woman is complex, layered, and far more profound than it may initially appear. At its core, this bond is not driven by urgency, raw desire, or overpowering physical instinct. Instead, it is guided by comfort, curiosity, emotional safety, and a strong mental foundation. Physical closeness develops as a natural extension of trust and mutual understanding, making intimacy feel meaningful rather than merely exciting. This is a connection that unfolds gradually, revealing depth through time rather than intensity in a single moment. For both partners, intimacy is closely tied to how safe and understood they feel with one another. Neither Aquarius nor Libra thrives in environments that feel chaotic, aggressive, or emotionally overwhelming. As a result, their physical connection is calm, intentional, and grounded. There is an unspoken agreement between them that intimacy should feel mutually respectful, emotionally attuned, and mentally engaging. This shared mindset creates a physical bond that feels balanced and emotionally secure from the very beginning. The Libra woman brings a refined sense of sensuality into the relationship. Her approach to physical connection is elegant, thoughtful, and emotionally aware. She values atmosphere deeply and understands that intimacy is shaped by tone, mood, and emotional presence just as much as by physical touch. She enjoys creating moments that feel harmonious, whether through gentle gestures, lingering closeness, or an overall sense of emotional warmth. For her, intimacy is a shared experience that should leave both partners feeling closer, calmer, and more connected than before. Romance plays a significant role in how the Libra woman expresses physical affection. She is attentive to detail and naturally responsive to her partner's emotional state. Her sensuality is not aggressive or demanding, it is inviting, balanced, and deeply relational. She wants physical closeness to feel emotionally reciprocal, where both partners are equally present and engaged. This attentiveness allows intimacy to feel emotionally nourishing rather than draining or transactional. Emotional connection is essential for her during physical moments. She seeks reassurance through closeness and values the subtle signals of care that emerge through touch, presence, and mutual attentiveness. When she feels emotionally secure, her sensual side opens fully, creating a physical connection that feels both comforting and deeply fulfilling. She is less interested in intensity for its own sake and more interested in intimacy that strengthens emotional bonds. The Aquarius man approaches physical intimacy from a place of curiosity, openness, and intellectual engagement. For him, intimacy is not a purely physical act, but an extension of trust and mental connection. He is intrigued by the idea of exploring closeness as a form of communication, where emotions, thoughts, and unspoken understanding intersect. His approach is often experimental in a thoughtful way, driven by a desire to understand his partner on a deeper level rather than to dominate or impress. He values freedom even within intimacy, meaning he needs to feel that physical closeness is chosen rather than expected. When intimacy arises naturally, without pressure or obligation, he becomes far more expressive and present. He enjoys discovering what brings comfort and closeness to his partner, and he is often willing to adapt and explore in ways that strengthen mutual understanding. This openness creates a dynamic where intimacy remains engaging and evolving rather than predictable or routine. Trust is a crucial element for the Aquarius man. When he feels emotionally safe, he becomes far more connected physically. Intimacy then becomes a space where he can relax his mental guard and be fully present. His physical affection may not always be overtly passionate, but it is sincere, attentive, and deeply connected to his emotional state. He expresses care through consistency, attentiveness, and a genuine desire to connect on multiple levels at once. Together, the Libra woman and Aquarius man create a physical bond that feels natural, unforced, and continuously evolving. Their intimacy grows alongside their emotional and intellectual connection, reflecting the overall health of the relationship. In the early stages, physical closeness may feel exploratory and light, guided by curiosity and mutual interest. As trust deepens, intimacy becomes more emotionally rich and deeply rooted in shared understanding. Over time, physical connection becomes a source of stability rather than excitement alone. It transforms into a space of comfort, reassurance, and emotional grounding. Intimacy becomes less about novelty and more about presence. Simple moments of closeness carry significant meaning because they are infused with trust, familiarity, and emotional safety. Physical affection becomes a language through which they reaffirm their bond without the need for words. This evolution is especially important for long-term compatibility. Neither partner relies solely on passion to sustain intimacy. Instead, they nurture it through communication, patience, and emotional awareness. As a result, their physical connection matures rather than fades. Familiarity does not diminish attraction, it deepens it, adding layers of meaning to every shared moment. The balance between Libra's romantic attentiveness and Aquarius's open-minded curiosity keeps intimacy from becoming stagnant. She brings emotional warmth and harmony, while he brings freshness and intellectual engagement. Together, they create an intimate dynamic that feels both comforting and quietly exciting, grounded yet flexible, stable yet open to growth. Ultimately, the physical and intimate connection between an Aquarius man and a Libra woman is defined by depth rather than drama. It is not about overwhelming desire or constant intensity, but about closeness that feels authentic and sustaining. Built on trust, emotional comfort, and mental stimulation, their intimacy becomes one of the strongest expressions of their bond, one that continues to grow richer, more meaningful, and more fulfilling with time. Shared values, life goals. One of the most powerful and enduring foundations of the relationship between an Aquarius man and a Libra woman lies in their shared values and long-term vision for life. From early on, they often discover that they see the world through a similar ethical and philosophical lens. Both signs are deeply concerned with fairness, equality, and the broader impact of their actions, not only on their own lives but on the people and communities around them. This shared moral compass creates a sense of alignment that goes far beyond surface-level compatibility and gives their relationship a deeper sense of purpose. Both Aquarius and Libra are naturally oriented toward ideals that extend beyond personal gain. They care about social justice, human rights, and the idea of contributing something meaningful to the world. Conversations between them often drift toward topics such as societal change, progress, ethics, and the future of humanity. These discussions are not abstract distractions, they reflect how both partners define a life well lived. Feeling that their partner understands and shares these concerns strengthens their bond and reinforces the idea that they are walking in the same direction. They genuinely enjoy talking about ideas. For this couple, discussion is not merely a pastime but a way of shaping their future together. They talk about what kind of life they want to build, what values they want to uphold, and how they want their choices to reflect those beliefs. Whether they are discussing career paths, creative ambitions, or lifestyle preferences, there is often a natural alignment in their definition of success. Material achievement alone rarely satisfies either of them. Meaning, fulfillment, and integrity matter just as much, if not more. The Libra woman tends to approach life goals with a desire for balance and structure. She appreciates planning, organization, and a sense of aesthetic harmony in everything she builds, whether it is a career, a home, or a shared future. She has a strong sense of proportion and understands how to shape goals in a way that feels sustainable and emotionally satisfying. Her influence often brings clarity and refinement to shared plans, helping transform abstract ideas into something tangible and livable. The Aquarius man, by contrast, brings innovation, originality, and a forward-thinking mindset into their shared vision. He is less concerned with tradition or established paths and more interested in what is possible. His ideas often challenge conventional thinking, pushing the couple to imagine futures that are unconventional but deeply authentic. He introduces perspectives that encourage growth, experimentation, and long-term adaptability, ensuring that their shared goals do not become rigid or outdated. Together, these qualities create a powerful balance. Libra grounds Aquarius's visionary thinking with structure and aesthetic sense, while Aquarius expands Libra's plans with originality and future-oriented ideas. This synergy allows them to pursue goals that are both idealistic and realistic. They dream, but they also plan. They imagine change, but they also consider how to implement it in everyday life. This balance helps prevent frustration and keeps both partners engaged and motivated. Their shared values also influence how they approach major life decisions. Whether it involves choosing a place to live, deciding how to spend their time, or prioritizing personal versus professional ambitions, they tend to evaluate options through a similar ethical framework. They ask not only what benefits them, but what feels right, fair, and aligned with who they are. This shared approach reduces conflict and builds trust, as both feel confident that decisions are being made with mutual respect and integrity. Importantly, this couple is rarely interested in following a purely traditional life script. They may question conventional expectations around career timelines, lifestyle choices, or societal norms. What matters more to them is authenticity. They want a life that reflects their true values rather than one that simply meets external standards. This willingness to define success on their own terms strengthens their connection and gives their relationship a sense of freedom and creativity. Despite their non-traditional tendencies, their life together is not chaotic or directionless. On the contrary, it is intentionally designed. They create a rhythm that suits them, combining Libra's desire for harmony with Aquarius's desire for progress. Their shared goals evolve over time, but the underlying values remain consistent, acting as a stable anchor even as circumstances change. Over the years, this alignment of values becomes one of the greatest sources of stability in their relationship. Even when challenges arise, they are able to return to their shared principles as a guide. They trust that they are working toward the same fundamental vision, even if their methods occasionally differ. This trust fosters resilience and reinforces the feeling that they are partners in every sense of the word. Ultimately, the shared values and life goals of an Aquarius man and a Libra woman create a relationship that feels meaningful, intentional, and deeply aligned. Their life together may not look conventional from the outside, but it feels authentic and purposeful to them. Built on fairness, mutual respect, and a shared desire to contribute something positive to the world, their partnership becomes not just a romantic bond, but a shared journey shaped by ideals they both truly believe in. Final thoughts. The compatibility between an Aquarius man and a Libra woman in love stands as a refined and compelling example of how balance and brilliance can coexist within a romantic partnership. This is not a relationship defined by extremes or fueled by constant emotional intensity, but one shaped by mutual respect, intellectual connection, and a shared commitment to personal and emotional growth. From the outside, their bond may appear calm or understated, yet within it exists a depth that is quietly powerful and enduring. At the heart of this connection lies a profound respect for one another as individuals. Both partners recognize that love does not require sacrifice of identity. Instead, they understand that true intimacy grows when each person is allowed to remain authentic. The Aquarius man values independence, originality, and freedom of thought, while the Libra woman values harmony, fairness, and emotional awareness. Rather than clashing, these qualities complement one another, creating a relationship where differences are not merely tolerated, but appreciated. Intellectual connection serves as one of the strongest pillars of their bond. Conversation is not simply a way to pass time, but a meaningful exchange that continuously deepens their understanding of each other. They challenge one another's perspectives, expand one another's thinking, and remain curious about how the other's mind works. This ongoing mental engagement keeps the relationship vibrant, preventing stagnation and fostering a sense of shared exploration that lasts well beyond the early stages of attraction. Emotionally, their relationship is defined by growth rather than intensity. Neither partner relies on dramatic displays of feeling to validate love. Instead, they build emotional intimacy through consistency, understanding, and patience. Over time, this creates a sense of emotional security that allows both partners to relax into the relationship, knowing they are supported without being controlled. Their emotional bond matures steadily, becoming deeper and more resilient with each shared experience. What makes this pairing particularly special is its quiet strength. Their love is not always loud or attention-seeking, but it is thoughtful and intentional. They show care through presence, communication, and mutual encouragement. They support one another's ambitions, respect each other's boundaries, and celebrate individuality rather than attempting to reshape it. This supportive dynamic fosters trust and creates a safe emotional environment where both partners can thrive. When challenges arise, their ability to communicate openly becomes a defining advantage. Both value fairness and clarity, allowing them to address issues without unnecessary conflict. They are willing to listen, reflect, and adapt, understanding that maintaining balance sometimes requires compromise and patience. This openness ensures that misunderstandings do not linger and that the relationship continues to evolve rather than fracture under pressure. In honoring each other's differences, they strengthen their connection rather than weaken it. The Aquarius man learns to appreciate emotional nuance through Libra's sensitivity, while the Libra woman learns to embrace intellectual independence through Aquarius's example. Each partner grows not by losing themselves, but by expanding their understanding of what love can look like when it is rooted in respect and freedom. Ultimately, this pairing is not about possession, dependency, or control. It is about partnership in its truest form. Two independent individuals choosing one another not out of necessity, but out of admiration, alignment, and shared values. Their relationship is sustained by choice, renewed daily through understanding and mutual commitment. In the end, an Aquarius man and a Libra woman walking together through life represent a love that is intentional, balanced, and enduring. It is a relationship that evolves alongside the individuals within it, growing richer with time. Quietly powerful and deeply meaningful, this bond has the potential to last a lifetime, not because it demands permanence, but because it continually earns it.